after the game, he felt that your team was just too stubborn to get the puck in behind the Tampa D, which led to a low chance game. Did you feel the same way?
Well, we could have done it much more. We did a little better job in the third period. But yes, the first two periods, that was the message after the second. It's a message to start the game. We needed more pucks behind than we got. But that was something that, you look at the deficit and the mistakes early, and you have a deficit, but we needed more of that.
Make of your defensive effort. I mean, you shut them down much of the game, but they capitalized on a couple of turnovers. And
yeah, turnovers again. I mentioned even yesterday. This is a team that this is a league. It's puck management. I think John Cooper had a press conference yesterday and said the same thing about his team, puck management. When they don't manage the puck well, it's cost them, and it cost us tonight in that regard on the first two goals. So it's a big part of the National Hockey League is managing the puck well. When you don't, they got guys that can convert, and that's usually when they do. Before you can defend, teams are pretty good once they get in their defensive structure in this league, and we were when we got in our structure and limited it, but it's tough to get in your structure when you turn puck over. The couple times we did.
How do you feel that Cousins, Quinn, and Peterka, once you put them back together, how that trio looked the rest of the game for you?
Good energy. In the third we didn't have enough push, and we needed the push in the third, so that familiarity helped. But when you finish a game like this, you want more out of everybody, and I think everybody wants more out of themselves. So, disappointing that position to be in.
How tough was it to see that call on Benson, just given the timing in the game? 15
seconds into that power play, Thompson got completely wrapped up and held in the corner, and I get it, no call. You don't put a team down 5-on-3. I understand that, but they got a freebie right there, and then all of a sudden, I haven't seen that called all year long. So, I'm not an official. I'm just telling you what I saw. Tomer got wrapped up, tied up in the corner. It spends 20 seconds in the corner. Wasn't called, and then, the poke that Benson made was toward the puck. I think it was called a slash. It was poking for the puck, and again, I haven't seen that called all year. So obviously, that's frustrating.
How do you keep Zach's head focused when his effort leads to these very questionable calls? This is the second or third time this has happened with him, where he's just going hard and he's getting penalized.
Yeah, I don't think that's frustrating because you feel for Zach. He's got to play aggressive and tenacious, and the standard. When we look at the standard, that's not even that aggressive. That particular play right there, which is again frustrating. That's a frustrating one. But you feel for Zach. You certainly wonder, as a younger guy in the league, and I won't say anymore, but that's what you wonder.
You've told us many times that you can never have too much traffic in front of the net, but when it comes to a team, and especially the way the game was going, how do you instill that into a group that just has to be part of the fabric of what you do, no matter the situation?
Yeah, well, it's part of certain guys' fiber actually. Obviously there are guys everybody knows and they watch. Certain guys go to the net with more consistency than others. It's part of their character, part of their player bio, and then on a nightly basis, there's massive fluctuation throughout the league. But when teams are going, they're going to the net. And the timing, it's not, the perimeter's fine. The perimeter's good, and goals are scored coming from the perimeter. It's the timing of getting to the net, getting off of the perimeter at the right time. So it's not as easily as just going and standing in front of the net and never moving. You've got to work. The puck has to get to the net. It's never going to get to the net if you don't have support around the perimeter to get it in there, and then timing. And for us, for teams around the league, you watch it. It's an indicator whether they're on their game. The more you do it, the more competitive you are, and on your game and a rhythm. And tonight, we did. I mean, let's face it. The chances were probably even, maybe favored us. We didn't score. We didn't score tonight, and it becomes more disappointing because then you not only can you look at what you didn't score on, you look right back at, okay, how'd you give up the goals, and you're frustrated either way you go about it. But it's you got to move on. You got to move on fast.
What's the level of urgency 3-3 on the homestand, and now you hit the road for 3. Like, how urgent is it in that room? Do you
Every
feel?
day is urgent. There's an urgency just elevates every day, so it's there.
Thanks, Ruben.